did that!
I've been thinking about my sister, Clarine. Why would Lord Sylvel tell me she was dead all those years ago? Why didn't I end up with her after my mother's death? I think it's time to get some answers. I'm missing some part of the story. Now that I know Clarine is alive, I want to meet her. I don't hold any high expectations, but I need some answers. I want to begin by calling on her husband, Count Ozin. He's a well-known noble who often visits Wayrest on the realm's business. Clarine has had decades to reach out to me. Either she doesn't know I'm alive, or she wants nothing to do with me. Either way, my return may be unwelcome. I should approach the matter with care. Would you come to Wayrest with me? If Count Ozin's in Wayrest, we'll probably find him at the Cloudy Dregs Inn. Visiting nobles often stay there. I hope he can tell me something. After what I've learned about my mother's last wishes, I don't know what to think. I don't. I know she's about 18 years older than I am. I was a late-in-life child. According to my mother's servant, Analiath, Clarine went off to marry Elmond Ozin soon after I was born, just before the fall of House Hallex. That's the question, isn't it? Why did she send me to the Sylvels? Was her own situation too precarious? Did she not want the care of a child? Or perhaps she's dead. It's possible Analiath is mistaken, and Lord Sylvel told me the truth. I've heard his name a time or two, usually when Lord Sylvel and his visitors got to talking about court gossip. The Ozins are a minor house with lands in the countryside of Stormhaven. Elmond Ozin is said to be respectable, at least. I don't see why he wouldn't. The taint on the Hallex name makes other nobles uneasy, but that was many years ago now. Of course, if he didn't know about my mother's arrangements, he might be very surprised to learn he has a brother-in-law. Lord Sylvel told me years ago that my older sister died. I assumed that she'd been caught up in my father's treason, or had fallen ill and passed away like my mother. I didn't learn I was wrong until a letter from an old Hallex servant turned up. Analiath, a wood elf. She wrote years ago, but Lord Sylvel hid the letter. When I finally saw it, I went to find her in Grotwood. Analiath told me that Clarine was still alive, and that I should have been sent to her when my mother died. If Count Ozin's in Wayrest, we'll probably find him at the Cloudy Dregs Inn. Visiting nobles often stay there. I hope he can tell me something. After what I've learned about my mother's last wishes, I don't know what to think. behind you, partner.
What have I done?
Buy me a drink?
Incompetence. Idiocy. How could they allow this to happen?
Here's a sight. What do you make of this?
Help us. We can't resist much longer. We cannot resist much longer. They will break us.
For glory! I'm not afraid of you.
People of Crosswich have had
Cities are
enough.
as alive and fickle and uncertain as people. Some are good, some are bad. Some give you gifts, others rob you blind.
Lucas! Lucas! Can you hear me?
Keep them on the defensive. Come and take us!
You want to make some gold, Walker?
Welcome to the Cloudy Dregs. Don't let the name fool you. You won't find better accommodations in all of Stormhaven.
You there. Do you bring news? Are you here to deliver a demand?
He looks upset. Maybe you should sound him out? That must be Count Ozin. I confess that I've got a pit in my stomach over all of these family matters. Huh. Is it just me, or does he look upset about something? I wonder if I'm catching him at a bad time.
This isn't a very good time, stranger. Be on your way, unless you bring some new tidings about my wife. She's been captured by slavers. Clarine was on her way to visit a friend near Coglin when she was attacked. Luckily, one of her guards managed to trail the slavers to Coglin Mine. I must arrange a rescue at once. State your business, swiftly. Bastian Hallex? What, that's him over there, isn't it? Oh, he looks just like his father. I don't know how to say this, but Clarine believes he died as an infant. After her family's scandal, I thought it best to distance her from the Hallex name. I'm afraid so. And I told the Sylvels to let Bastian believe he had no family left. It was the safest course. Are the gods punishing me now for that choice? Oh, is it my fault that Clarine... Wait, you and Hallex seem able. You can save her. After Lord Hallex's treason, some of the king's counselors argued for executing the whole family to make sure no threat to the king remained. The only way to survive was to convince the king's officials that the Hallex family no longer existed. Oh yes, of course they did. I had to convince them that my new wife was appalled by what her father had done and repudiated the Hallex name. Not only was Clarine at risk, my own house might have fallen under suspicion of treason too. I don't care for your insinuation. I love Clarine, and I feared for her life. But yes, I had my own title and family to think of. I was new to my title, and it would have been irresponsible to not consider House Ozin's safety too. He had no great liking for it. He was a staunch loyalist and took Lord Hallex's plot against the High King as a personal offense. It took a rather exceptional inducement to persuade him to take in young Bastian. I bribed him. Lady Hallex had set aside a very substantial fortune in the form of jewels from her dowry for Bastian's education and upbringing. I suggested to Lord Sylvel that he might be a wise steward of that fortune.
You let your own wife believe that her brother was dead?
I made the decision many years ago when I was young and new to my title, and newly married to a woman I only wanted to protect.
You left a young child with strangers! They brought me up as a glorified servant!
They were to use the funds you had to see to your education and raise you as a gentleman.
It should have been her decision, not yours. I'm going to find my sister. For her sake, not yours.
I truly never intended any harm to Clarine's brother. I thought I was keeping them both safe. And protecting her reputation, of course. Well, her reputation as the Countess Ozin. But there was no other choice, really.
If you knew where a bunch of dangerous criminals were stashing their stolen goods, would you have guts to go check it out? Yeah, Faringel's Delve. An old mine where the Midnight Union's hiding who knows what. Been trying to work up the nerve to sneak in there and have a look, but now I'm too drunk. If you're interested, there. Marked it on your map.
Count Ozin told Clarine I was dead? And he conspired with Lord Sylvel to keep me in ignorance, too? What kind of life would I have had if these cowards had just told my sister and I the truth? I suppose I can understand that. If the choice was telling a lie or risking the gallows for my sister, then Ozin made the right decision. It isn't cowardice to fear for someone you love. And it's clear that he fears for Clarine now. I know the place. Bandits and outlaws often lair there. I'll sort out the rest of this later, after we make sure Clarine is safe. I couldn't bear it if I got so close to finding her, only to lose her now. Lord Sylvel told me more than once that I should be grateful that he didn't just drop me off at some orphanage or another. But this whole business of buried secrets and deliberate lies is infuriating, regardless of the reasons for it. It makes sense that the Count wanted to protect my sister. I could almost forgive that. But I suspect he was also interested in protecting his own good name. I can't help but wonder about the life I could have had if he'd chosen differently. No, I was much better off than if I'd been left at an orphanage. But I wasn't family, and I wasn't quite the help. If I hadn't met you, I would have spent the rest of my life looking after the Sylvel's interests without ever really belonging.
Hey, friend. Care to have a drink? You'll have to buy, though. I'm flat broke. Can't even pay my debts. Have to go upstairs and tell Sarashi I don't have his money. You think he'll have me killed?
I lost a brother to Captain Blackheart and his murder.
When you live in one of the largest cities in the kingdom, you can gather the best ingredients. Oh, and being able to hire an assistant certainly helps.
Lord Sylvel told me more than once that I should be grateful that he didn't just drop me off at some orphanage or another. But this whole business of buried secrets and deliberate lies is infuriating, regardless of the reasons for it.
Hear ye, hear ye. The king has decreed a no-tolerance policy for the cult known as the Supernal Dreamers. No mercy will be given for those found guilty of aiding or consorting with cult members.
If the Dreg attack again, we're all dead.
Work with me! The day will be ours! Let's ride. That should come in handy. Let's go!
Move now!
To the side! I need aid!
Thought I'd never escape.
here comes that stroke of luck I was counting on.
This looks like the right place. I'm not the praying sort, but I'm praying my sister is unharmed. Slavers are no joke. I'm anxious to find Clarine, but I'm also terribly anxious about meeting her. Maybe that's normal when you learn you have surviving family all of a sudden. Even an old sack might have treasure inside. Use my power!
Move to flank!
Look here! A stranger's loss might be our gain. Anything useful? feel like we must be getting close. Hurry.
You won't get away with kidnapping a countess! If you had any brains, you'd flee now! Whoever you are, untie me so I can get away from these villains. I can see to it that you are well rewarded for your help.
I still don't know what, if anything, I want to do about Lord Sylvel. Perhaps Count Ozin had his reasons. Lord Sylvel's motives seem more selfish. The gall of misleading me all those years.
Did my husband send... Oh, never mind. Let's get out of here! I thank you, stranger. Those slavers intended to demand a ruinous ransom for my return. Whether they meant to honor their word is another question entirely. Let's be on our way before more of them find us.
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse.
Circle around!
Huzzah! Hello, what's this? Find anything?
Is it true what they say about the size of a Nord's ego?
There's the door! can't believe that I'm free. How can I thank my gallant rescuers?
I have so many questions, and no idea how to begin. Maybe you could speak to Clarine first. I feel like I could use a little more help. A word of introduction, I guess. But let's make sure we're somewhere safe first.
I am Countess Clarine Ozin. I had hoped that my husband's troops would rescue me from that awful mine, but I don't recognize you. No matter, you have my deepest gratitude, strangers. How did you know where to find me? Did he? Oh, I prayed that one of the guards had managed to get through to him. Elmond must have... That is... I'm sorry, but your companion, who is he? He looks just like someone I knew a long time ago. What? How is this... Bastian? My baby brother? I thought he was dead! By the eight! Of course he looks familiar! He takes after our father. Oh, excuse me, please. I am quite overcome. Look at him. He was so small when I left our home. Our parents were so excited to have another child so late in their marriage. Where has he been all this time? How did he come to find me now? Bastian? The last time I saw you, you were only a toddler. I did not even know that you were alive.
I only just learned that you were alive. I wish I'd known sooner.
You look so much like our father, but you probably have no memories of him, do you?
Sadly, I do not. Nor you, Clarine. I would like to find out what I've missed.
I as well. Oh, I have so many questions for you. Did you know you have a niece and nephew to meet?
I would like that. And I have many questions for you, too. But first, let me speak to my friend here. Clarine is a stranger to me, of course. But part of me feels like I know her somehow. She said I favored our father. I've always wondered about that. Indeed. I confess, I was a little worried that she might not have much to say to me. After all, she's a countess, and we are strangers. Clarine seems kind, though. I like her already. That feels rather good. Which is something the Sylvels could never do. She has a good heart, I believe. It's strange. I left the Sylvels because I wanted to find my own place in the world. Discovering a family I thought I lost? It roots you properly, so to speak. Not yet. Right now, I still want travel and adventure. Being part of my sister's family is something that will happen with time. Thank you for seeing this through. I think I'd rather face a dozen dragons than the ghosts of the past.
You're never content to rest on your laurels. I admire
Clarine, are you all right? Clarine, I've been worried sick. Thank the eight that you are all right.
All is well, Elmond. The heroes you sent succeeded, and I have something extraordinary to tell you.
I know, my dear, I know. An old wrong can be set right today. I feared for your life. I know I should have told you about Bastian, but I will earn your forgiveness, and his, I promise you. I cannot thank you enough for rescuing Clarine. I know I made a dreadful mistake in the past. I promise to make it up to both Clarine and her brother. Bastian seems like a good man. I will be proud to call him brother too.
A day that started in darkness and fear has brought me a miracle beyond imagining. The loss of my family all those years ago almost broke me. To find out now that I am not the only Hallex left, I hardly know what to think. How is this possible? Sit down with Bastian and talk for days. I want to know everything about how he was raised and what family he found. Where has he been all this time? And I need to speak with my husband. Why did he tell me Bastian died? A mistake? Or not? I guessed as much. I remember the court officials who interrogated me after my father's treason. My life hung by a thread in those awful months. But it was wrong for Elmond to mislead me so. It was my family, and my decision to make. Am I upset? Yes, of course. But I understand why Elmond chose as he did. He's a good man. I only wish he'd told me sooner that my brother lived. The Sylvels of Daggerfall? Bastian stayed with them after Mother died, but he was to be sent to us just as soon as the King's officers satisfied themselves that I had no part in my father's conspiracy. I hope they were kind to him.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing Clarine. I know I made a dreadful mistake in the past. I promise to make it up to both Clarine and her brother. Bastian seems like a good man. I will be proud to call him brother too.
I don't even know where to begin. My sister and I haven't seen each other in 25 years. She remembers me as a 2-year-old child, and I don't remember her at all. What if we have nothing in common besides a name? For the first time since we started down this road, I think I believe that too. But we have so much lost time to make up for. And the thought that I missed the chance to be a part of this family decades ago is almost too much to bear. For all I know, Elmond Ozen saved my sister's life by lying to her. And it's obvious that he loves her with all his heart. They are happy together. For my sister's sake, I can set aside old sorrows. But I am done with the Sylvels.
A day that started in darkness and fear has brought me a miracle beyond imagining. The loss of my family all those years ago almost broke me. To find out now that I am not the only Hallex left, I hardly know what to think. How is this possible?
Got a minute to help a girl out? This is a rescue that could go down in the history books. Up there is a village that's been taken over by one of the nastiest slaving outfits in all Tamriel, and they've captured some of my fellow crew members. We're their only hope. But I have a simple plan. Fun, too. The Dark Elves outnumber us by a little. Actually, a lot. So first, you should create a diversion by setting fire to their tents and the stolen goods on the dock. Well, my sailors are locked up in a cave behind the town, but the slavers' leader, Majad Ka, keeps the key in a house he's commandeered. So you'll need to steal the key first, then go down and free the guys. Guess it's not that simple, is it? Well, the last thing I want is for you to go running in there unprepared. Might end up getting jumped by Majot Ka and get locked up with everyone else. The main thing is just to light the fires, though. Is that what you wanted to ask about? Improvise. Pull a burning log from their campfire. Then light them up. The tents and all those stolen goods out there on the dock. Hopefully that'll distract Majot Ka. You're not thinking about taking him on, are you? That's one crazy Khajiit. He was actually a slave himself, but turned on his masters and took over. Killed his competition and became some kind of slaver king. Trust me, light the fire, distract him.
Put it out! Help! It burns! Put it out! I need healing! Set it ablaze! Help me! Wounded! I thought I was going to die here.
Thank you.
You saved my life.
Together now! That's the last of them.
What do you think you...
It was Majad Ka. He saw me trying to escape. I thought he had me, but then Elvira stepped in. That girl's got sand, but she's no match for Majad Ka. He dragged her off toward the beach. You have to help her. Ah, he got me, but it's not bad. Just need to get my bearings and I'll be fine. Go after Elvira. I couldn't live with myself if that monster Majad Ka killed her.
This is a great area for harvesting.
I like campfires. They attract interesting people.
And I said this would be fun. Let's get out of here, come on! That almost wasn't as fun as I expected it to be. Thank you for coming after me. Regardless, I owe you one. That was something, wasn't it? The fires, the slavers running everywhere, getting all the guys free. Quite an adventure. Hope I see you again, friend. Now that we got the crew out safely, next order of business is to get back to sea. I'm betting we'll have better luck finding a ship in Wayrest than back in that little village.
Taste our steel!
This is a great area for harvesting. Hit the trail.
Explain once more why running was the best idea. Does it matter? If we can't light a simple fire, we may as well head back.
Fight? Good.
That should come in handy.